discuss about the classroom discourse by Jennifer Hammond.
So para mas madali nating maintindihan kung ano yung classroom discourse according to Hammond, magpe-present kami ng framework dyan sa screen na magsa-summarize ng kung ano yung tungkol dun sa classroom discourse. So first one, ano nga ba yung classroom discourse natin?
So, classroom discourse is a systematic observational analysis of the classroom talk. Yeah, classroom talk.
So, yung classroom discourse analysis, nag-root siya dun sa mismong discourse analysis na alam naman natin na yung discourse analysis is simply the analysis of connected text in diverse contexts. So, dito, ang pag-uusapan naman when it comes to classroom discourse analysis will be the communication inside the classroom between the students and the fellow students and the teachers between the students, or the teachers and students rather. So, ayan, sa classroom discourse analysis, according to Martin Jones et al. 2008,
So, classroom discourse analysis refers to both talk in interaction in classroom and of discourse as how language, how the discourse shape one's understanding of the world.
And so, as we have mentioned earlier, ang focus of the classroom discourse analysis is the classroom talk, or the talk between teachers and students in a classroom setting and between students in the school. So, the classroom discourse analysis is a systematic one, for it follows observations, analyzations, and understanding of the classroom aims and events according to Kumara-Develu, 1999. And to sum it up, what goes in classroom is constituted by language. What we are trying to say is the whole context of what is happening in the classroom is being controlled by the language being used inside it. So language is needed in understanding ways in which knowledge is constructed in classrooms, ways in which learning occurs, how interpersonal relationships are made and enacted in classrooms. So yun nga, in language, it is mainly the most important thing na kailangan natin sa isang classroom setup kasi dun umiikot lahat sa kanya. And language should be the main focus in classroom discourse analysis. Siyempre, how can you analyze a discourse if not without language? So the classroom discourse analysis was traced back on 1960s and it is composed of two important forms. Number one is the analysis of terms, sequences, and meanings. And the second one is focusing more on linguistic analysis of rhetorical and lexicogrammatical patterns. So for the first one, in the analysis of terms, sequences, and meanings, shaped by the theoretical perspectives of conversation analysis, ethnography, and ethnomethodology. So for this one, it is only saying that the language that a certain student or a certain teacher uses is being shaped by the personal background, including the ethnography and the ethnomethodology of that person. And then for the second one, it is more on how that person uses the language, whether it is used for rhetoric or just for personal expression of what he or she is trying to imply. And then the Sinclair and Coulthard framework was being used in the classroom discourse analysis.
So, in Sinclair and Coulthard framework, they said that the focus of critical discourse analysis should be on language interaction within the classroom, and it should also follow some systematic functional linguistics, which is they should follow rules, which are namely curriculum macro gene and curriculum genre.
So for the distinction between the two, curriculum macro gene is the educational goals in which it is being realized through cycles of related lessons. So simply, ang ginagawa kapag curriculum macro gene, meron na agad assigned topics or lessons na kailangang aralin, and it will be going on around a cycle na paulit-ulit lang. So best example niyan is in the elementary settings na may lesson plan na pina-follow, and for all the continuous years, yun lang yung ituturo, lalo na sa mga grade 1 or the younger years of learning pa. And it consists of sequences of curriculum genre. So the curriculum macro gene is being composed of the curriculum genre or the smaller parts na tinuturo dun sa mga bata. So next naman is the curriculum macro gene, or rather curriculum genre. So as I said, the curriculum genre siya yung mga tinuturo dun sa mga bata, and it consists of the activities, the plays, and even the readings na kailangan nilang matutunan. So, next is that specific teaching or learning activities within lessons with linguistically identifiable beginning, middle, and end stages. So, in the classroom discourse analysis, it is important na yung language na ginagamit ng teacher dun sa mga estudyante niya ay easily identifiable from the beginning, middle, and in the end. Since yun yung formative years ng mga bata, lalo na nga sa elementary years, dapat yung language na ginagamit sa kanila is madali nilang matututunan. And that enters the pedagogic discourse. Under the pedagogic discourse are these two: the creation of curriculum genres, or the first order or regulative register, and the curriculum macrogenes, or the instructional register. When it comes to curriculum genres, this will only focus on the regulative register, which is trying to say na ang learning ng bata ay nakokontrol or regulated by the language. While in curriculum macrogenes naman, sinasabi nito na through instructions, nagagamit yung language para maturuan yung mga bata. And this point naman, i-discuss namin what is the critical turn in discourse analysis.
So the critical turn in discourse analysis simply means that it is the result of the classroom discourse analysis, which is, it is the it is the ways of understanding and constituting to the social world. Simply the result of the classroom discourse analysis, the product, charot, which resulted to debates and deeper research na alam naman natin na makakatulong sa atin as future educators. So the debates include that
what approach or what are the proper approaches na kailangan natin gamitin sa classroom discourse analysis. What language and discourse are not theoretically neutral notions? What is to be distinguished between theological and ideological differences? What is the best theoretical motivation? And what are the best selection of text for study? So, bakit nag-come up with the debate nung nagkaroon tayo ng critical turn? Siyempre, iba't iba yung application niyan, particularly in other countries. So, nagkaroon sila ng misunderstanding sa kung ano ba talaga yung pinaka-resulta nun. And that leads to the formation of the said debates and the topics.
So, these debates led to determine the real purpose of critical classroom discourse analysis. First is the pedagogy. For the pedagogy, syempre as a future teacher, kailangan natin ng classroom discourse analysis to determine what technique or what strategy we should use to teach our students. Also, scaffolding. For scaffolding,
language helps us in determining what should be the proper way para matulungan natin yung mga estudyante natin. And lastly, the reduction of curriculum. Dito naman papasok yung kailangan natin i-lesson yung ituturo sa mga bata so that mas maiintindihan nila at mas makakapag-focus sila dun sa konting context pero malaman naman. So, the factors that lead to that purposes are the macro-contextual factors and the micro-contextual factors. So, alam naman natin na kapag macro, it deals with a larger class as compared to micro. So, in macro, ang inaaral lang is ang language na natututunan ng bata or the way language was being introduced to a child is affected by the intersection of ethnicity, social class, and poverty in school. While in the micro-contextual factors naman, kinoconsider nito yung mga estudyante na nandun sa ibang bansa at lumipat lang sa isang particular country para matuto ng English as second language. So, in the end, we'll sum up this report by saying that language is indeed needed in classroom talk. Because how can relationships, learnings, and even experiences be created if not through the use of language? And also, through the use of language, we can analyze one's personal growth and even contribute to that growth of a certain person. So, yun lang.